Hey guys, I'm the Burke and I do things. And today I'm just gonna do a chatty get ready with me. I have a bunch of videos I'm going to be filming after this. So I figured while I was getting ready for those videos, I'd kind of film an update about what's been going on because I honestly haven't vlogged or really done a lot of catching up since Vlogmas ended because that wiped me out for sure. So I thought, let me put on some makeup and chat with you about what's been going on. And I'll link all the makeup I'm using down below so I don't really have to talk about everything I use. But if you guys want to see me getting ready to film more videos, then keep on watching. Let's go. Okay, so I'm trying to think. I did film one sort of get ready with me right after Vlogmas ended, but other than that, I haven't filmed any actual videos doing my makeup and talking at the same time. So this feels so weird because it's been so long, but here we are. So I'm filming this on, what day is it? January 10th, so it's a Friday. So this is my first week back at work, which that's always a fun culture shock for my body, getting up early and everything again. But for the most part, I had a pretty good little break from work. Once Vlogmas was over, I kind of just stopped vlogging completely and just kind of was living life and not worrying about having to video every moment. But if you want to know kind of some stuff that happened, so we actually, me, Scott, my brother, my sister-in-law, all took my grandfather out to play Topgolf, which it was my first time ever playing Topgolf, and it was a lot of fun. I mean, it definitely helps to have skill if you're playing Topgolf, but I don't have skill, and I feel like I was completely able to play. So that was really cool. I would definitely do that again. It's a very, I don't know how to explain it. It's like a driving range, but it's like a game. I don't know. You don't really need any skill to just play. I mean, I beat Scott and I have no skill. Let's see, what else? So we also had our New Year's party. It was like a New Year's kind of gathering more than party. Party might be a little too much of a term. We wound up having mainly family over. Just kind of hung out, played a couple games, ate some food, drank some drinks, all that stuff. I felt like everyone at our party was sick. So it was very scary having so many sick people over. Somehow though, we kind of lucked out and didn't catch anything. It's funny though because throughout everything, even having off from work and everything, I feel like me and Scott are missing vacation so much. Every time something stressful happens, I'm just where's that boat again? It was just so relaxing being on vacation, and it had been a while since we'd been on a vacation. So we already have started planning our next vacation. So I think in May, we're going to go on vacation to Canada. I have never been to Canada. And we technically live within driving distance since we are in the Philadelphia area. And I think we're gonna do Montreal, Toronto, and Niagara Falls, the full tour, hopefully. I wanted to make sure to pick a time of year when I was hoping there wouldn't be snow in the forecast. Oh, something exciting I did on one of my days off. I washed all my makeup brushes finally. It was quite the effort. Oh, also one of the days, our washing machine stopped working. I went to take the clothes, well, it was blankets. I went to take the blankets out of the washing machine, and the washing machine was full of water. And Scott was at work, and so first I called my dad, and because I knew my dad was home, and I was like, what am I supposed to do? And he was like, oh, get your shop vac in, just suck all that out. And I was like, we don't have one of those. So called Scott and I told him what was going on. I was like, how do you feel about getting out of work early and coming home with a shop vac? So that's what he did. So now we have one of those. And his coworker kind of told him what he needed to do to essentially take the washing machine apart after we sucked all the water out and, you know, suck out the water in the line. His coworker said most likely there's something stuck. So Scott I was very anxious during this entire experience, but he was able to take it apart, suck out what was stuck, and miraculously put it back together, and it works now. So saved us a lot of money. And now we have a shop vac, so maybe it was a win-win. So that was an interesting day. Something else Scott did. On January 1st, Scott ordered a new laptop. I think next Friday it'll be available for pickup. So hopefully he'll get back to making videos like he used to. He'll have the nice laptop in the house now. So this is like my first, like, I guess chatty video of 2020. I don't really like have like resolutions. I just have like goals, which I guess that's the same thing. I wanted to talk about some of the things I want to try to like get out of this year, I guess. Okay, so some things that I have like planned for this year on my channel. Well, it's not even in my channel. This one isn't so much. So one thing I plan on doing is I'm trying to cook more. I really hate cooking. Like to me it's like dusting. I hate dusting. I hate cooking. I totally love baking though. So I'm trying to get more into cooking and like prepping like dinner for me and Scott, because like we honestly like never really ate dinner together, because like I'd eat when I get home from work, he'd eat when he'd get home from work. Like we never really were eating together. So I'm trying to make more of a conscious effort to buy ingredients, make food, and I'm trying to share the food that I make on my Instagram. So I did set up like a highlight that's called like recipes, where like I not only like say like here's what I made for dinner, but I also like include like a screenshot of the recipe if it's something that sounds interesting to you. So far I've been doing pretty well, I would say. I mean, like I'm not necessarily cooking every single night because there are leftovers. There are nights when he's out late, so I'm not like making a meal for all of us if he's not going to be home. So far I would say everything's going really well with that. I mean, we're again only like a week into the year, so still something I'm working on. Something else that I'm trying to do this year is get more house projects done. So we bought this house January 15th, so a year ago, and there are tons of like little projects that I've wanted to get done, but you know, they start to add up and it becomes very overwhelming. And one of the things I said I really wanted to focus on in 2020 was kind of getting our kitchen organized, because honestly, the way our kitchen, everything is laid out right now is we moved in, I had a bunch of boxes with like plates and dishes and everything, pots, pans, and I just unloaded the boxes into our cabinets, and that's just where they are all today. So we've kind of decided that we're going to use the weekends to focus on little projects, like small projects, like one at a time. So last weekend, one of the things we did was we cleaned out our pantry. We fully emptied the pantry, like cleaned all the shelves and everything, went through the food, threw out anything that was expired, and just kind of like reorganized it. It wasn't a big task, but the task of reorganizing the entire kitchen is very stressful and overwhelming, and I know how long it's gonna take. So instead, we are breaking the kitchen up into chunks, and every weekend we're like tackling a chunk. So what we're going to do this weekend, while it's not the kitchen, it's still like kind of in line with the pantry. In our basement, we have a closet where we have food storage of like all of our like extra cans, extra boxes of like pasta, jars of sauce, like stuff like that. We have like a little closet downstairs in our basement that has like cubbies with all that stuff. Again, that's kind of been neglected throughout the year, so we're gonna go through and we're gonna just do the same thing, take everything out, wipe everything down, throw out anything that's expired. And that's kind of like the project of the week. I actually think I might add an extra project this weekend just because like it kind of needs to be done. I think we should also clean out our freezer. That's not something that would take as long. It's not organized well. Everything's kind of shoved in there. I can't find anything. So maybe if we go wild, we'll also be cleaning our freezer as well this weekend. So that's another thing we're working on this year. As far as like goals for my channel, I really want to try to cut back on my spending. I definitely spent way too much in 2019, and I can admit that. It's not fun to talk about, but yeah, I spent too much. I am not oblivious to that. So my struggle going forward is going to be finding content that I feel like will replace like a lot of the hauls I usually do and stuff like that. I'm not saying I'm not going to be doing hauls, but I'm going to try to cut back on the amount of them. And definitely something that I struggled with the most in 2019 was I was so persistent that I needed to have an upload every single day that I put like way too much pressure on myself to make that happen. And I need to not do that in 2020. Like if I run out of time, if I run out of content, like I'm a human, I need to just accept like it's not happening today. that is a big place that I need to work on improvements. So, I mean, I definitely have some ideas of things I want to start bringing into my channel this year. But if there's any specific type of content you guys like watching, that's like kind of about that, like how to spend less money, etc., all that fun stuff, then definitely let me know in the comments. And let's see what else. Oh, there's also a couple house projects we want to do this year. Well, these are like, the biggest thing is we want to get a floor put in our attic, but it's kind of going to be a lot more work than we thought. Okay, so let me rewind. So we live in a 3-bedroom house, and one of the bedrooms is our bedroom, one of the bedrooms is this room, and one of the bedrooms is a stack of boxes. And the one that's a stack of boxes, like a lot of the boxes are decorations, and I'd really like to be able to, like, we have a very large attic, like it is large, like there's a window in the attic, like it would be nice to be able to use, but it doesn't have a floor. And I guess Scott sent a picture of like the flooring to someone, and he basically said like the beams in our attic are 2x4s, and like you can't put a floor on that. So we're gonna have to have, like, I guess bigger beams put in so that they can even put floor on to begin with. On top of that, we'll need a door installed, because right now there's not a door, there's just like in our closet in our bedroom, there's like a place where you can like push up and like the wood comes up. Like I want like a door with steps so we can like take stuff up and down. So kind of what I'm thinking right now is, if we can get an idea of price, I would ideally like to break it into 3 projects. So like 3 sections of mini attic renovation. Like now it would be up to kind of the experts what order we did it. But I could see like making bigger beams as a project, putting in the floor as a project, and putting in a door as a project. So if we could spread the money out like that, like I'm very excited. I kind of really wanted to get that other bedroom cleaned out, and it's just, the way our basement is laid out, it's not really for storage. And the way we have our garage set up, like it's a very small garage, like we can't fit our cars in the garage, like that's how small our garage is. So he has it kind of set up as more like a tool workshop, so there's not really room to like store like a Christmas tree, Halloween decorations, you know, like I would just like to have the attic to be able to like put stuff up there. I also am pretty sure this is going to be the year that we need to get a hot water heater, so he's also looking into that, because I really don't want to wait for the hot water heater to blow to have to make a decision, because he is very interested in tankless, and I know tankless is very expensive, but I think it lasts longer. So that's another thing we're looking into the cost of, is like a hot water heater this year. There is also the possibility that this summer can come around and our AC won't turn on, because this house was built in, I think 2001, and it has the original AC unit, so I'm sure that's gonna blow one day. But yeah, that was it for this chatty get ready with me. Those were some updates about what's going on in my life. I think I covered everything I meant to cover, since I actually wrote notes this time. In 2020, I'm gonna be more on top of things like that. And yeah, that is it for this video. As usual, thanks for stopping by my channel. If you're new here, click the subscribe button and ring that bell for notifications. I have my Twitter and my Instagram down below. Give them a follow, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys!